So, we will go with the current affair question discussion for this particular test. Now, question number 1 in the current affair. Consider following statements regarding Index of Industrial Production IIP. Statement 1. IIP is published monthly by NSSO, that is National Sample Survey Organization. No, IIP is not published by NSSO, however it is published monthly but not by NSSO but CSO, Central Statistical Organization. NSSO and CSO both would come under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. So, statement 1 is wrong. Second, IIP is calculated with base year 2004 and 5. This is correct. This is calculated on the base year 2004 and 5. Statement 3, the 8 core industry comprise more than 1/3 of the weight of the items included in the IIP. Yes, there are 8 core industry. I will tell you the name of the 8 core industries. They comprise almost 38%, 37.9%, that is approximate to 38%. So, weight in the total IIP. So, what are the 8 core industry that I need to tell you? Number 1 core industry is coal. The coal is having weightage of 4.37% in IIP. Number 2, that is crude oil. Crude oil has weight of 5.21. Number 3, that is natural gas. Natural gas has weight of 1.70%. Number 4, that is fertilizer. Natural gas. After natural gas will come refinery products. Refinery products, they have contribution of 5.93%. Number 5, that is fertilizer. Fertilizer is having weight of 1.25%. Number 6, that is cement. After fertilizer, cement 2.40%. After cement, we have a steel. The steel is having weightage of 6.68%. Number 8, electricity. Electricity has weightage of 10.31%. So, please try to remember that there are 8 core industry and total weightage of the core industry in the IIP is 37.903%. So, out of the 100% of the IIP, 37.903%, that weight will come from the side of the 8 industry. The 8 industry are called the core industry, and I have written all the core industry name here. You also need to understand and remember that electricity is having highest contribution from the side of core industry, that is 10.31% in the total core industry contribution to the IIP. So, here is the electricity, you please remember total this much you remember, and they are at core industry. You come to the question again. So, here anyway statement 1 is wrong, because we told that IIP is not published by NSSO, it is published by CSO. Statement 2 and 3 are correct, and hence answer is B for Bombay. We will go question number 2. Question number 2 is, in the wake of terrorist attacks on India, consider following laws of the land. So, there are 3 laws provided, one is UAPA, other is TADA, POTA. We have to say which came first and which came next. You please try to remember that UAPA came in 1967. UAPA, it came in 1967. UAPA also in practice after 2004, because in 2004 it was the UPA government, that is called UPA 1. Again UPA 2 government came in 2009 to 2014. Once UPA came in 2004, it brought back the UAPA again. So, you can say UAPA started in 1967 and it came back in between also, but it came back in 2004, and again after 2009 it was 2009 continued, and again, still it is continued UAPA. Many a time there were certain modification in the UAPA. In between this UAPA, the 2 acts came in the India against terrorism, and those acts are TADA and POTA. So, after UAPA, the TADA came, and the TADA came in India between 1985 to 1995, TADA. So, after UAPA, the second is TADA. TADA came 1985 to 1995. Now, TADA came at those time where there were problem of insurgency in the western part of the India, including the Khalistan movement. So, that time we brought the TADA. After the TADA, the POTA came. So, POTA came in the time of this NDA government during the Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and that time in 2002 the POTA came. So, I will give the little bit more information regarding the TADA, POTA and the UAPA, but at least you need to remember that UAPA was the first, the second was the TADA, and the third was the POTA. Let me give you little bit more information. The UAPA, that is called Unlawful Activity Prevention Act. Unlawful Activity Prevention Act, UAPA came in December of 1967. That by December of 1967, it was passed by the both houses of parliament and signed by the President of India, and it received the assent on 30 December 1967. After that, it come as an act. Now, this TADA is called Terrorism and Disruptive Activity Prevention Act. Terrorism and Disruptive Activity Prevention Act, and TADA came 1985 till 1995. It was modified in between 1987. Now, third, that is the POTA. POTA means Prevention of Terrorism Act. Prevention of Terrorism Act, that is called POTA. POTA came in 2002. Already I have told 2002. In this way, please try to remember the sequence of these 3 acts. Now, after this, if you go in the sequence, then you will come 213. 213 means 2, first is UPA, 1 means second is TADA, and 3 means that is the POTA. So, answer is C. Now, go to the next question. Question number 3. Consider following statements. Statement 1. Both the President and Governor of a state shall not be answerable to any court for act done in the performance of their powers and duties. Yes, we have provided the immunity to the President and Governor in the court of law in the India, if they are taking any action to perform their official duty. So, this is correct, they are not answerable to court. Now, second statement, the validity of governor's recommendation on imposing president's rule cannot be questioned by any court. Yes, this is correct that governor and president should not be called in the court. It is correct that they are not answerable to the court. It does not mean their action cannot be reviewed. Their action can be reviewed. Even the governor is recommending the presidential rule in the state, and if the court thinks, if PIL is filed, if people are approaching the court, the High Court and the Supreme Court, and certainly they can go in the discussion where the adoption of or the recommendation of the president rule in the state is as per the Constitution of India or not. So, the nature of adoption, the reason of adoption of the president rule under 356 could be reviewed in the court of law of the India, and that is the High Court and Supreme Court of India. So, statement 1, that is correct that governor and the president are not answerable to the courts of India, but statement 2 is wrong, that their action should not be reviewed. Their action could be reviewed in the court of the India. So, that is the High Court, Supreme Court of the India. So, statement 2 is wrong, 1 is correct. We will go with answer A only. We are reviewing the action of the governor and the president. This is reviewed under the article 361A. Article 361A 361(1). So, this is article under which we will review the action under the court. We will go next question. Question 4. Consider following statement regarding One Belt One Road initiative. One Belt One Road initiative is the initiative of the China. They are trying to connect the China and the Asia to the Europe. Like they want the railway, the roadway, connectivity from the eastern part of the China till the Europe. Even they will come from eastern part of the China till the Red Sea, and after Red Sea even the connectivity would be continued in the Africa in the future, but right now they are more focusing the Europe connectivity. Now, it is not like they are only trying to connect through the road and the railway, but they want to go for the 21st century maritime Silk Route. Maritime Silk Route is in the old discussion also, like first time maritime Silk Route was established by certain marine navigator of the China in 1522. But again China is focusing more to the maritime Silk Road to establish the hindrance free marine communication from the China to the Mediterranean Sea and the European part of this particular area. So, in this way we can say even the road Silk Route and maritime Silk Route, and both are the part of one belt and one road, and they want to do the connectivity. China will get the major benefit because China is the master in the manufacturing sector. They also want to do the export of the steel, and for that reason it is going to give the benefit to the China. After knowing this information, if you go statement 1 and 2, then we will get the idea that which are correct, which are wrong. Now, statement 1. It is a grand project proposed by the People's Republic of China, that is called PRC. China is called People's Republic of China, to connect Eurasian landmass. This is correct. They want to connect the European landmass. Now, second, it has two components, namely land-based Silk Road economic belt. Yes, so it is a Silk Road, Silk Road route means going through the land, and other is maritime Silk Road. So, maritime Silk Route is also correct and Silk Road is also correct. Both are correct, through the road and through the oceanic route, and they want to establish the better connectivity. So, I believe both are correct, and we will go with option C, that is both 1 and 2. Now, after this we will go question number 5. Consider following statements. A sparrow, you know the sparrow? A sparrow is always visiting, is coming to our rooftop, and if near the rooftop you have an open kitchen, near the rooftop, just below the rooftop, if you have an open kitchen, the sparrow will come. A sparrow is very much having linkage with our Indian houses, and we feel that we need to safeguard the sparrow. In fact, we have to safeguard all the birds, but as the sparrow is always visiting our houses and the kitchen, in the Indian culture we have a very much respect to the sparrow. We want to safeguard the sparrow. Now, after this, if we will see the statement, we will get the exact idea what should be correct or wrong. We will see statement 1. The World Sparrow Day was being observed on March 20 to raise awareness of the house sparrow and other common birds to urban environment and threats to their population. Yes, we are celebrating the World Sparrow Day on March 20, and this is correct. This is for spreading of the awareness and to safeguard our different birds, including a sparrow, in the urban environment and where the people will live. Now, second statement. The population of the house sparrow is declining for the various reasons. Yes, population of house sparrow is nowadays declining, such as destruction of its habitat, lack of the insect food for the young. Yes, now the insects are reducing in the urban areas. Why? Because human population has increased, and it is also associated with the better lifestyle of the people. It is also associated with the reduced area under the park and the forest, or reserve forest inside the city and the parks. So, in this way we can say that insects number are reducing, and all this sparrow, they feed upon the insect. Apart, they are taking some vegetarian food also, which are available in our houses, but they are taking insects also. So, in this way, as the insects number would reduce, then the number of sparrow would also reduce. Lack of insects food for the young, and the increasing microwave pollution from the mobile phone towers. Yes, many mobile phone towers, they are coming in our different urban locations, and due to mobile towers, a lot of microwave they are emitted, and this is causing problem to the sparrow. So, sparrow numbers are reducing in our urban area. It is an international initiative by the Nature Forever Society. This is correct. Nature Forever Society of India, they have taken initiative in the collaboration with the Ecosys Action Foundation France. Yes, these both organizations, they are collaborating how for the safeguarding of our sparrow. So, this statement 3 is also correct. We will say all the statements are correct, and hence answer is D for Delhi. Now, you need to understand that World Sparrow Day, which is celebrated on 20th of the March. So, which year we started celebrating this? From which year it was started? So, you have to remember that this started in 2010. Okay. After this, you come to the next question. Next question is, GM mustard is in the news recently. Yes. Firstly, you had many things in news. Earlier, you had news, that is GM cotton, now GM brinjal also, okay, genetically modified brinjal, that is called BT brinjal, and BT cotton, but they are genetically modified only. Now, we are talking about the GM mustard also. So, we will try to analyze that how the mustard is associated with agriculture development and the food security. Let us see. GM mustard is in the news recently. Which of the following are the advantages for adoption of the GM mustard in the India? What are the advantages? Number 1 advantage is food security. Yes, we are lacking in the two kind of the food. One is the oil seed and other is the pulses. the cost of these two items are ever increasing in the India, and we have to rely in the little bit of import of these items also. So in that situation we need to increase the production of the oilseed and pulses, and here we are talking of the GM mustard. So it is correct, it will provide the food security to the India, correct, it will be available in India. Now the second option is this, not second option, second statement. So it is income security. Yes, whoever will cultivate the GM mustard, they will get more production per hectare of the mustard, and in that situation certainly it will provide the income security. Now the third is promotes equality. It does not promote the equality. Why it does not promote the equality? The sowing of the GM mustard requires more financial support. Only rich farmers can go for the cultivation of the GM mustard, and the poor farmers cannot go for the cultivation of the GM mustard. And on the basis of this we can say that it cannot promote the equality, because it can only help the rich farmer or well-to-do farmer or middle class farmer, but not marginal farmer, not the poor farmer. So in this way we can say that it does not promote equality, it brings the disparity. Now statement 4, that biodiversification. No cropland can provide the biodiversification. Biodiversification is possible in a better way in the natural environment. All the cropland, they are the artificial environment. So in the artificial environment, let us say you are only sowing the rice, that is the paddy, you are only sowing the wheat, we are only sowing the mustard, GM mustard. How it will bring the diversity? It will not bring the diversity. It is a kind of the monoculture. It is a kind of the monoculture. So statement 4 is also not correct. Statement 4 is not correct. So 3 and 4 are incorrect, and 1, 2 are correct. We will go with option A. Okay. Now question number 7. We will see what is question number 7. We have a statement that DRDO had decided to conduct captive flight trials of an advanced anti-radiation missile. Anti-radiation means ARM missile. What will ARM be used for? What is ARM? See, anti-radiation missile means we need to destroy all those instruments or the stations where the instruments are kept. They are emitting radiation and they are trying to get the information about our plane or our missiles or everything, other things. So in this way we can say that we have to destroy the radar system which are emitting the radiations, because the radar can give the exact location of our plane. So plane location would be there, and by that they can target our plane. That is not good. So in this way we will go with option statement 1, targeting enemy air defense capability by attacking radar and communication facility. Yes, it is correct. ARM means anti-radiation missile. They will attack radar and communication facility of the enemy. Correct. Statement 2, attacking underwater submarine that are clandestinely attached with the warship. It has nothing to do, nothing to do with the submarine, mainly it is related to ARM. So we will go with option 1 only, and here the answer is A. Now I need to give little bit information about the ARM. We are in the process of producing the ARM, and the ARM would be produced in the India in the 2018. ARM, this capacity, few nations they have the capacity, including US and the Germany, and India would be having such capacity by 2018. Now next question, we will go question number 8. What do you understand by the term hidden hunger? Let us say you take a food, but you don't take a balanced food. It means a person will get the deficiency of vitamin, mineral, protein. However, the person is taking sufficient carbohydrate, maybe fat also, but he is lacking in the vitamin and mineral and or protein. In that situation, the person may suffer with a particular disease or some malfunctioning of the body will come. So in this way we want to say that this is called the hidden hunger, means you don't feel that you are hungry, you are taking the food, like you are taking carbohydrate, fat in the sufficient amount, but still there is a certain deficiency in the body, and so it is called hidden hunger. Okay. Now we will analyze the statements, options. Deficiency of micronutrients, protein and vitamin despite getting a calorie rich diet. Calorie rich diet means the carbohydrate and the fat mainly. So I believe statement A is correct, that there is a deficiency of protein, vitamin and the minerals, but still the person is taking sufficient amount of the carbohydrate and the fat, then it is called hidden hunger. So we will go with option A only. Now we will see question number 9. The passing of election law amendment bill 2016 in the parliament would be. So we will go with question number 9. See, in year 2015 you went with LBA. LBA. So what is LBA? LBA. LBA means land boundary agreement. Land boundary agreement was done between the India and the Bangladesh. After the passing of this LBA, the Narendra Modi visited in the Bangladesh in the month of June 2015. We have taken target that by December of 2016 we will solve all the issue of the enclave between India and Bangladesh, and also the people who would be present in the new enclave under the India, because earlier those enclave were in the Bangladesh but located in the India, but now those enclave are going to be the legal part of the India. In that situation we have to give the citizenship to those people who are going to be included in the India, because we have to do the swapping of the enclave. So in that situation, this particular act, that election law bill 2016, is related to giving the voting card, voting right and other such kind of the facility to the people who are going to be merged with the India, who are going to be the citizen of India. Let me analyze the statement and then we will get the more clarity about this particular question. In question number 9, option A is clarify provision of criminal justice system in case of convicted member of parliament and member of legislative assembly. I believe this has nothing to do with the election law amendment bill 2016. You see statement B, give voting right to the people who became Indian citizen following the exchange of enclave between India and Bangladesh. This is correct. Already I have discussed this point. So we will go with option B. And this kind of voting right now we are going to give in the Kuch Bihar. Kuch Bihar is a district which is located in the northern border of the Bangladesh, and it is located in the West Bengal, but northern side of the Bangladesh, in the West Bengal. That is called Kuch Bihar. So in the Kuch Bihar district, many enclaves they have been swapped between the India and the Bangladesh. There we are going to take this particular action, that is the election law amendment bill, but other places also wherever we are doing the exchange of the enclave, we are going to adopt this particular act so that the voting rights should be granted to the people who are becoming the citizen of India. Now we will see the question 10. The question 10 is coal bed methane in India can be found in, coal bed methane. So this is coal mine. Under the coal mine there will be methane gas. So while you are going to do mining of the coal, better you get the methane also. It can save in two ways. Once, due to methane, if somebody is going to do mining, there would be risk to the life. And other way, we will get the methane. That methane can be used as a natural gas. Natural gas can be used as a compressed natural gas, CNG also. So it can be used as a fuel in the vehicle and in the other places also. So in this way we can say that methane possibility, where is the methane possibility, where are the coal mine, where the methane possibility. So coal is found in Jharkhand, that is correct. Coal is found in Madhya Pradesh, that is also correct. Coal is found in the West Bengal, that is also correct. All the places we have a coal, and as the all places have coal, there are the coal bed methane, we get the coal bed methane, we can do the extraction of that. Here the answer is D for Delhi, 1, 2, 3. Now we will go with question number 11. So we will start question number 11. How is the United Nations Secretary General selected? Like the Ban Ki-moon, he is about to complete the second term. So after the second term of Ban Ki-moon, new person is going to be elected in the UN Secretary General. To be UN Secretary General means United Nations, we need to select new person. Here the statements are: elected on the majority basis by the UN General Assembly. You know, in the UN General Assembly, that is called UNGA, we have 193 members. And it's not like only 193 members, they are going to elect a person and the person becomes the Secretary General of United Nations. Because if the UNGA is going to elect them, then there would be no significance of United Nations Security Council. You know, United Nations Security Council is highly empowered council, and it many a time it goes with its own decision. That decision may be in support of the UNGA or may not be, it is in the alliance or in the support of the UNGA. So basically what happens, how we select the person as the United Nations Secretary General, that is the question. It is the names which are weighted in the UN Security Council, UNSC. Let us say 5 people, they want to become United Nations General Secretary General. Those 5 names would go to the United Nations Security Council. Security Council means P5. It's not the temporary member of the UNSC, but only the permanent member of the UNSC. So those permanent member of the UNSC like the France, Russia, United Kingdom, China and the US, they would express their positive negative feedback, and finally out of the 5, 7 or 10 people who want to fight the election for the Secretary General, though these 5 nations, they will decide the name. So let us say out of the 10 people whose name have gone in the UNSC, let us say 3 or 2 or 4 the name are allowed. So those names would go in the UNGA and those names would go through the process of election. So let us say 2 people name, they have been agreed by the P5 nation, that is the permanent 5 nation, and 2 people they will fight the election in the UNGA, and maybe out of 2 or out of 3, 1 will get elected under the UNGA. Yes, it means the election of the UNGA is a process, but it is not the only process. Apart from this, we have other process also. So let us analyze the option C, then we will get the idea. Here it is written, appointed by the General Assembly on the recommendation of the UNSC. So firstly, it will be recommendation of the UNSC, then the name will go to the General Assembly, and finally the person will be appointed by the General Assembly only. Okay. So answer is C. Question 12. India and the United Arab Emirates, that is the UAE, have signed bilateral agreement related to cooperation in which of the following. Okay. So you know, right now India is visiting to the UAE is visiting to the India. Right now Prince of the Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is the largest kingdom in United Arab Emirates. In the United Arab Emirates there are few more kingdoms, like the Dubai is a kingdom, Shah Jahan is also a kingdom, like that we have a kingdoms. Those kingdoms have joined the hand together and they have become the UAE. In the UAE, the largest kingdom is Abu Dhabi, and so Abu Dhabi is only the capital of UAE. Now the Prince of UAE, he has visited India also recently, and in this way we want to have a collaboration with the UAE. You know, UAE, they have a large chunk of the fund, and those fund can be positively utilized in our infrastructure development. Those fund can come as a FDI. So we are trying to do negotiation for that. Apart from that, we have a space collaboration with the UAE, and we have a currency swap arrangement with the UAE. Currency swap arrangement, like let us say we need a dollar and right now we don't have a dollar, then we can do the swapping of the currency. So like that. So in this way, all the three options are correct. First is, you know, exploration and the use of outer space for the peaceful purposes. This statement is correct. Second statement, bilateral currency swap arrangement. Yes, we have a bilateral currency swap arrangement with the UAE. This is also correct. And three is technical cooperation in the cyber space and combating cyber crime. This is also correct. You know, UAE has done great help to the India nowadays. We are doing the collaboration. You know, ISIS war is going on in the Middle East between ISIS is located mainly on the border of the Syria and the Iraq and the Turkey. Let us say this is Syria, let us say this is Iraq, let us say this is Turkey, then here is ISIS, this is called ISIS. So ISIS in the Syria, ISIS Iraq, so these are the two main parts, but some part is here also it is touching the border of the Turkey. So this is called ISIS, Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. Now you know, few of the people, they wanted to go from India to join the ranks of the ISIS, but they never went directly to the Syria or the Iraq, because if they will fly from India to Syria and the Iraq, then the intelligence agency of India would be knowing about them, and we can, you know, briefly, ask those people why you are going in those locations. We can stop those people. But people wanted to go firstly to the UAE, and UAE is very, let us say here is the UAE, United Arab Emirates, and from UAE, and they wanted to go in the Syria and the Iraq, and they wanted to join the ISIS. Now when they went to the UAE, and after the UAE they were going to ISIS area. That time ISIS shared all the information with the India, and ISIS helped in stopping those people while they wanted to join the ISIS. This UAE helped in stopping those people while they were going to join the ISIS. So in this way we want to say that UAE has done great cooperation with the India, and this cooperation is cyberspace, combating cyber crime. So they are also helping in the cyberspace, like some piracy is happening, some, you know, spread of information by terrorists is happening. So they are helping in that also. In this way we have many cooperation with the UAE, and hence we will go with option 1, 2, 3 and the option is J. Now you see question number 13. India handloom tag has been given to which of the following? That is Pedana fabric and the Chettinad cotton and Ronda wool. So Indian handloom tag has been provided to two fabrics. They are the Pedana fabric and the Chettinad cotton. You need to remember that this Pedana fabric, that is mainly located in Andhra Pradesh, Vijayawada area, and the Chettinad cotton, that is mainly located in Tamil Nadu. Here the Chettinad cotton sari for its unique design and identity. Say they have unique design and identity, and by providing this particular tag of the Indian handloom brand, we are going to enable the weaver, and they will do the marketing in international market also and domestic market also. So we are going to promote them. And this Chettinad cotton sari, they are located in Shivganga district of the Tamil Nadu. So Chettinad is located in Tamil Nadu, Shivganga district, the sari center, and you know this Pedana is located in Vijayawada region of the Pedana fabrics are mainly produced in the Bijawada region of the Andhra Pradesh. So, both have got the Indian handloom brand tag. So, we will go with answer A. Answer A means 1 and 2 only. Now, you see question number 14. Question number 14 is the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR, has launched BGR 34. It is country's first. So, what is BGR? If you know the full form of BGR, I believe it can help you to find the answer. The full form of the BGR is blood glucose regulator. BGR, blood glucose regulator. When it is required to regulate the glucose, when a person is suffering for diabetes, disease, diabetes patient, we need to apply this. So, this is kind of a Ayurvedic medicine, different composition of herbal items, and by that if a person can take the intake of those items, and then certainly the blood sugar would reduce and it can help in many ways. So, let us see the answer of this. The CSIR has launched BGR 34, it is a country's first anti-diabetic Ayurvedic drug. Answer is B. Here you need to understand that it is produced by the two organizations. Organization 1 is National Botanical Research Institute, and the organization 2 is Central Institute for Medicinal and Aromatic Plant. So, both together, and they have, and the CSIR of course has helped. So, these two institutions and CSR together, they have brought the BGR 34. After this, we will go with question number 15. Question number 15, which of the following is not banned in India concerning internet? Firstly, charging discriminatory tariff for the data services on the basis of content accessed by the consumer. In India, you cannot go for discriminatory tariff, because if you go for discriminatory tariff, then certainly it will violate the net neutrality. It is established fact that India is going with the net neutrality now, and if we are going with the net neutrality, we cannot go with the discriminatory tariff. We should be having universal tariff, equal tariff for everybody. So, we cannot go. So, recently we have banned the discriminatory tariff. It is banned. So, point number 2, providing free content on website to selected consumers. Yes, in the special situation, we can provide the free content on a particular website. Let us say you have subscribed, you are the research scholar in the university, then certain magazine, and they provide you free access of their content because you are the research scholar. So, I believe this is not creating that much disparity, because it is also a kind of work which is providing contribution to our society and the educational field in a positive manner. So, the second is not banned, but first is banned. We cannot go for discriminatory tariff, and hence we will go with option B, which are not banned. So, second is not banned, first is banned, discriminatory tariff is banned. So, we will go with option B, and answer is option 2, we will go with option 2 and answer is B. Now, we will come next question. Next question is, so we will go with question number 16. The United Nations Disengagement Observer Force, that is UNDOF, maintains the ceasefire between. The answer is Syria and the Israel. Syria and the Israel, they are located, they are the neighboring state, they are located in the Middle East. So, this is Syria, Palestine also located in here, and this is the Syria, and here is the Israel and Palestine also located in this particular area. Now, they have a border. Here is the dispute between Syria and Israel. This area is called Golan Heights. Golan Heights. Golan Heights is legally part of the Syria, but it is under the possession of the Israel. few times United Nations has passed the resolution that this particular area which is under the possession of the Israel should be given back to the Syria. But as of now it is not given back to the Syria. Israel captured this Golan Heights in 1967. There was a war that is called 6 Days War. Now, since 1974, we have a observer mission in this particular region of the Syria and the Israel, and that particular observer mission is called UNDOF, United Nations Disengagement Observer Forces, because we never want that more and more war should happen between the Israel and the Syria. So here the option is option A. Now we will go next question, that is question 17. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs has given its principal approval for the hybrid annuity model for implementation of national highway project under the model. Under the model, what are the things that we have to explain? Firstly, you need to understand what is the hybrid annuity model. You know, earlier we had PPP model, projects given allocated in the PPP model, they got delayed, cost overrun issue, delay, and many inefficiencies were associated with the previous PPP model. Now we want to come with the hybrid annuity model. In the hybrid annuity model, we want to improve over the earlier BOT, build, operate, transfer, under earlier PPP, that is the public private partnership, we had BOT, build, operate, transfer. As per this scheme, you know, all the collection of the toll would take place by the private party, but in the new model, which is called hybrid annuity model, the collection of the toll is done by the government. So that is one difference between the BOT under PPP and the hybrid annuity model. The second difference is this, that under the BOT under PPP, we gave the toll collection facility and the financial benefit to the private party for the 30 years. But in case of the hybrid annuity model, we will give this facility, means it's not like we are giving the facility, it is collected by the government officer only, you know, or the government contractor and agent only, but basic thing is this, that we will share the benefit with the private party, not for 30 years but 15 years. So the second difference is 15 years and 30 years, and the first difference is this, that under the PPP model, it is for 30 years, 15 years, and other differences like in the PPP model, you know, there was a delay, but in the hybrid annuity model, there would be no delay. So in case of the hybrid annuity model, we are going with the improvement of the highway, like double lane highway to 4-lane highway, and we are also going to create certain, you know, greenfield project in the highway. So around 10,000 kilometers of the greenfield projects are going to be created, and 50,000 kilometers of the, you know, upgradation of the highway going to happen, where we are going to use the hybrid annuity model. Okay, so hybrid annuity model is improvement over the PPP model. Now we will see the statement. The government will bear all the risk of the project. So it's not like the government will bear the risk. A risk would be bear by both the party, but the basic thing is government is also participating in the risk bearing. That is the main thing we need to understand. Now the second is, the highway toll tax will be collected by the private party. Already I told, it is not collected by the private party, it would be collected by the government. Second difference I told, that earlier it was for 30 years, now it is for 15 years. So even statement 2 is incorrect, and hence we will go with option D, none of these are correct. Now you see the next question, that is question number 18. Consider following statement with regard to the price stabilization fund. What exactly the price stabilization fund? You know, India has gone for the great production of the grain. Right now India is producing around 260 million tons of the grain. We have a surplus grain production now. Due to extra grain production, sometime price of the grain during the harvest months is going down in the market. If the price of the grain would go down and the farmers are in the urgency to sell the grain because they have certain financial issue, because if they will not sell the grain, they will not get the money to maintain their livelihood and also pay back the debt. So, if the price of the grain is going down in the market, it is the responsibility of the government that we come with a mechanism so that price should not go down. Now we need to buy the grain, we need to pump our money in the market in such a way that stability of the price should be maintained. And this particular fund is created by the government of India, and this particular fund is called Price Stabilization Fund. After knowing about the Price Stabilization Fund, we will see the statements which are provided for this. Number 1, the fund was set up to provide financial relief to the growers when the price of the commodity fell below a specific level. So, this is correct. We want to maintain the right price. It should not go below the right price. So, there is a Price Stabilization Fund. Statement 1 is correct. Statement 2, it involves the full funding by the government subjected to the production status in the year. I believe this is not full funding by the government, but yes, this is a market intervention by the government. So, the 3 is the Union Budget 2016-17 provides for corpus of fund to PSF to support the market intervention. Yes, in the 2016-17 budget we have provision for price stabilization fund. This is correct. So, we will go with 1 and 3 as a correct, and hence answer is C. Now, we go question number 19. Question number 19 is consider following statement with regard to gender budgeting. India adopted gender response budgeting in 2013. No, India did not start in 2013, but India started in 2005. So, statement 1 is correct because it is 2005. Statement 2, the gender responsive budget is a method of planning, programming and budgeting that helps advance gender equality and women rights. Yes, through the gender responsive budget, that is the gender sensitive budget, gender responsive budget. So, what exactly we want to do? We want to empower the women. Women rights to be respected, we have to come with a mechanism so that we can establish women empowerment, works, and also we can go for the advanced gender equality. So, statement 2 is correct. Statement 3, announcement of the announcement of the special mission to provide the LPG connection in the name of the women member of the poor household is a step in direction of empowering women and gender budgeting. Yes, even we are going to give all the new LPG connection for the BPL in the name of women, and I believe that is also the a kind of women empowerment. So, it will help in GRB. So, we will go with option 2 and statement 2 and 3, and hence answer is C. Now, question number 20. Question number 20 says consider following statement. The ranking under the Global Gender Gap Index is based on the country's ability to reduce gender disparity in the area of economic participation, education, political empowerment and the health. Yes, we need to go for the economic participation of the women, education of the women, political empowerment and the health of the women. Then only the gender gap would reduce between the men and the women. So, this is correct. Now, statement 2, the Stri Shakti Puraskar and Nari Shakti Puraskar have been instituted by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. No, it is not instituted by Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, rather it is instituted by the Ministry of Women and Child Development. So, statement 2 is incorrect. Now, you come statement 3, the Global Gender Gap Index of the year 2015 ranked India at 108 out of 145 countries. This is correct. You need to remember 108 out of 145 because this is important for our examinations. So this is correct. So only 2 is not correct. 1 and 3 are correct, and hence we will go with option B. B for Bharat, that is B for Bombay. So in this way we are done 20 question discussion. I will come in the next test series questions again. Thank you very much.